So what do you make? I know you're not into psychoanalysis. These are your critics who say that all this Africa work you're doing, that a big part of it is you're trying to make up for mistakes you made in Iraq or elsewhere, and this is...
That's
what do you
fine.
say to that?
Let them continue to babble.
Not true.
I'm trying to think of the proper word. Absurd psychobabble.
Now, I saw a journalist in Zambia asked you about gay marriage and whether it is compatible with Christian values, and you had an interesting response.
I shouldn't be taking a speck out of somebody else's eye when I have a log in my own. I meant that I wasn't going to answer the question then, and I'm not going to answer it now in terms of the political question about whether or not, you know, I just don't want to wade back in the debate. I'm out of politics. But I meant it's very important for people not to be overly critical of someone else until you've examined your own heart.
Mm-hmm. Have your views on this evolved at all? I mean, you were
Jonathan, you didn't hear my answer. I'm not going to wade back into those kinds of issues. I'm out of politics. The only way I can really make news is either criticize the president, which I don't want to do, criticize my own party, or weigh in on a controversial issue. And I'm off the stage. Unless I'm promoting something I strongly believe in, and I believe that what we're doing in Africa is incredibly important, and will continue to do so so long as I'm ambulatory.
Well, I've got one that you care deeply about.
Yeah?
You tried very hard to get comprehensive immigration reform through. How big a missed opportunity will it be if it fails this time around?
I think it's very important to fix a broken system, to treat people with respect, and have confidence in our capacity to assimilate people. It's a very difficult bill to pass because there's a lot of moving parts, and the legislative process can be ugly. And but it looks like they're making some progress.
Because that was one of your real frustrations, was not being able to pass that bill.
Yeah, I mean, I understand sometimes you get legislation through that you want. I was also frustrated we didn't pass Social Security reform. I thought the plan I'd laid out on both was reasonable, but sometimes it takes time for some of these complex issues to evolve, and looks like immigration is, you know, has a chance to pass.
Is the party going to be really hurt if they let this die?
Well, the reason to pass immigration reform is not to bolster a Republican Party. It's to fix a system that's broken. Good policy yields good politics, as far as I'm concerned.
Your former spokesperson said, when you look at what President Obama's done on counterterrorism, this is basically the fourth Bush term. Are you surprised that President Obama's kept in place so many of your counterterrorism programs, including those he criticized as a candidate?
I think the president got into the Oval Office and realized the dangers to the United States, and he's acted in a way that he thinks is necessary to protect the country. Protecting the country is the most important job of the presidency.
A couple quick things before we go. How's your father doing?
He's great. Thank you. To have him by my side during the opening of our library was the most meaningful aspect of the day. I'm grateful that President Obama and Presidents Clinton and Carter were there, but it was awesome to have President 41 there. Really awesome.
What's his legacy?
He is a decent, honorable man who served with great distinction. Legacy is ultimately decided with time. And so to ask a president, you know, legacy is like, you know, what are your dreams? Eventually history will sort it out. I have no desire, nor did he, to kind of try to battle in the court of public opinion to define something that may or may not be true over time.